So this video is going to go over the basics on how to use Microsoft Teams, which is the new software that's going to be replacing Skype on our computers. Right now we have both. You have the option of using either. So to start, you may have the symbol down here in this taskbar, or you can just go to the program on your desktop, Microsoft Teams, and go ahead and open it up. Alright, so when it opens up, you have different options here on the left. You have activities, chats, teams, calls, and files. So chat looks pretty familiar for most of us. This looks exactly like Skype. So this is what we're used to. It shows your status, people you've talked to, recent. You can have your contacts list, anyone you've saved. Everything has ported over from Skype. So all of your stuff should already be set in here. Teams is anytime someone adds you to a team, they will show up here. Calendar. So the calendar brings over your calendar from Outlook, and you'll see those up here. This is also where you can schedule online meetings with Microsoft Teams, and I'll show you how to do that here in a little while. Calls, this is going to just show your previous calls, your history, voicemail, things like that. And then files, it shows kind of your recent files as well as files that you've shared with people over Microsoft Teams, maybe in your group chats or one of your meetings. So we're going to go back to chat, and I'm going to show you how to set up a group chat. So group chats can be really useful for teams. Let's say our North Area Engineering team. So I'm going to set up a group chat right now for North Area Engineering so that all of us can kind of just keep in contact while we're all teleworking. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find Jeremy. So when I click on Jeremy, it starts a chat with Jeremy, but I want to make a group. So I'm going to go to this upper right hand corner, and these little people with a plus sign where it says add people, and I'll click add people. So for this I'm going to add Meredith, and I'm going to add Eric, and I hit add. So now we have a group. So this is our new group chat. So now that I have this group chat set up, I'm going to send a message, and it'll message everyone in their group. So I'm going to say, hi, testing group chat functions in Microsoft Teams. So now I have sent that to my entire group. So now that I've sent a message to my group, you'll notice up here where the names are, there's a little pencil. So now I'm going to name this chat because I want to keep this chat forever. I want to keep the information in the chat and just have it just be a running team chat room. So I'm going to go to my pencil and I'm going to put North Area Engineering. And that's going to be the new name of our group chat, and I'm going to hit save. So now this is our North Area Engineering group chat. Alright, so just a few functions now that we have this group chat, and I want to keep this group chat to talk to my team, pop in. It's kind of the virtual version of being able to roll your chair over to your neighbor and chat about something, or bounce ideas throughout your team. You know, if someone has a question, chances are other people on your team have had that same question or might have that question in the future. Being able to save this information and also being able to share information throughout teams that are not in the same location is really useful. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to save this chat. I don't want it to get hidden. So right now it's in my recent. But the more I chat with other people, this recent list might get a little scrambled. So I want to be able to find this North Area Engineering chat again. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click these 3 little dots and I'm going to pin it. And that is now going to pin these chats to the top. So now I can find this chat anytime I need to. Everyone's already in it, it's already named, and it'll just keep a running tab of all of our conversations as a team. One of the other really neat features with these group chats is file sharing. So anytime down here that I attach a file, because I need to send something to the team, it will show up in this files section. So they will have shared files, and as you upload, everything will be stored in this file section. So it can be a really good place for you guys to quickly find information that has been shared throughout your group. You can also hit the plus sign right here, and you can add a tab. So there's multiple tabs that you can add, which are considered apps, and you can go in and manage them. But, play around with these, find out what works really well for your team, things you use the most, and you can add those tabs and really customize this group chat. Because remember, this group chat is going to stick around. This isn't a normal, one-time one-on-one chat with someone. This is a chat room basically with your team only that you're going to continue with, basically for as long as you need to. So one of the other cool functions is, let's say I have this chat room that is for my team. So this is my North Area Engineering team. The AC might have a group chat that just has all of his DCs in it, so he can quickly get information out, that may not have to be an email or just talking to people. Let's say Jeremy is working on something and he really wants to show the whole team what he's doing, or share with the whole team an issue he's having. Or I can't get AutoCAD to work for me today and I need Jeremy and Meredith to help me figure it out. Well, what I can do is I can actually screen share with my entire group at the same time. I don't have to do this one-on-one with each individual person. And this also allows, if I'm working with just myself and Eric, it also allows Meredith and Jeremy to see that information because maybe they've had the same issue before. So I can go up here to my screen share. So this is the screen share option. So I can say start sharing your screen. And let's say I'm going to share, you choose which program you're going to share basically. So I can either choose to share my entire desktop or a specific window. So let's say I'm going to share AutoCAD. All right, so now it says I'm presenting. So now I am presenting to my entire team in my group chat. Teams up in the other window. So for now I'm going to stop presenting. And you'll see this kind of keeps a log of everything that's happened in this chat room. So one of the other cool functions about these group chats is, let's say for this group chat, North Area Engineering, if Jeremy wants to hold a team meeting, he can actually just go up to the top and there should be a section to join a call or to initiate a call, and that will initiate a call for the entire group. So up here, he can hit video call and it will initiate that group phone call or video call for everyone that's in this group chat. So he doesn't have to go and set up a separate meeting to do that. So now that we're talking about setting up meetings for group video calls, I'm going to show you an example of how to do that. There's a few ways that you can start video calls. If you want to just do a one-on-one video call with someone, Let's say I want to video call Jeremy, or the typical I need to screen share with Jeremy. It works just like it does in Skype. So you would start a conversation with that one person, and then up in the right-hand side, you have the options to video call with that person and to screen share with that person. So that all works just like Skype. When you're doing group video calls, there's a couple different ways you can do that. They all start on this left-hand side from the Calendar tab. So go into the Calendar tab, and like we said, this calendar pulls up just like kind of Outlook. So you'll notice up in the right-hand side, there's options for Meet Now and New Meeting. So New Meeting is if I'm going to schedule ahead of time. So if Jeremy knew on today at 3 o'clock he is going to have a team meeting, he would go to this new meeting, and we're going to say team. Well, for this it's going to be an example team meeting. Don't worry about putting in a location unless you want to put in, you can't well, yeah, you can manually enter. So we'll just say online, BTC, however you want to let people know that it's an online meeting. So type details. We will be recording a video. Pretty simple. And I'm going to go over here to the invite someone, and I'm going to invite Meredith, Jeremy, and Eric. So this works pretty similarly to Outlook. So it's just like scheduling a meeting in Outlook. The only difference is if you're setting it up through Teams, it will automatically set up in a way that that person can join the video chat as soon as this meeting starts, so at 3 o'clock. Whereas if you were to just set the meeting in Outlook, they'll get a reminder that the meeting is happening, but you may have to manually send them a link to be able to join that meeting. So if you're going to be doing an online group video call meeting, you should be scheduling those through Microsoft Teams. So I'm going to schedule this just so I can show you an example of what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and hit schedule. So now here's my example team meeting. So when the time starts, they can actually go in here and just hit join. That's all they have to do to be able to join this meeting. So for now, I'm going to close this. And again, you can get back into there anytime. You go to example team meeting, I can click on it, and I can hit join when it starts. I'm going to show you what it looks like in Outlook now that I've scheduled that. If I go to my Outlook calendar, you'll see that I have a 3 o'clock appointment today. And I'm going to double click on that to open it up. And this is what it's going to look like. So even from Outlook, when you open this up, as long as you booked the appointment through Teams, it will have this link down here. This is Join Microsoft Teams Meeting. So when it comes time, they'll get the pop-up reminder. They can open the meeting from their Outlook calendar and click the link Join Microsoft Teams Meeting. So for now, I'm going to cancel this meeting because I'm going to show you a different way to hold a meeting, which is using the Meet Now button. So first, we're going to cancel this meeting. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to click Cancel Meeting. And yes, I'm sure I want to cancel a meeting. So now it goes away. It'll erase itself from your Outlook calendar as well. All right, so we're going to use this Meet Now function. So this Meet Now function is really useful for like impromptu meetings or meetings that were set up through Outlook rather than set up through Teams, but you're still going to have a video call. So you can go in here at any time and you can click Meet Now. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to name it. So this is going to be a test group video call. Then it's going to give you a preview right here, as you can see. Hi. This is going to give you a preview of your camera. If you don't want your video to be on, you can always turn that off and it will just show your picture or whatever you have set up for Office. So for me, I'm going to have my video on, personal preference. You can still be part of the group video conversation even if your camera is off. It'll still use your microphone and speakers on your computer, so you can still talk with the team. It's just when you start talking, it'll be your picture or symbol that pops up on the screen to let people know who's talking rather than your actual video. So this is also where you can turn your microphone on and off. So if I want to come into the meeting muted, I can do that. Usually if I'm going into a big meeting, I always come in muted and I unmute myself when I need to talk, and this helps reduce feedback. But for this, I'm starting the call, so I'm going to come in with my microphone on. If you ever need to change these settings, there's this thing here where it says PC, mic, and speakers, and I can change this. So let's say if I had a headset hooked up, I could change my audio devices. I could change which speaker output it goes to, the individual speaker output and microphone input, which camera I want to use, and then also if I'm having problems, let's say I get to this point and my camera is not turning on, I can go here to make a test call, and it can do a test call and test my microphone, my speakers, and my camera. So now that I'm here, I am ready to go and I'm ready to start this video call. So I'm going to hit join now. So now I've started the video call. You'll see it pops up. Since I'm the only one here, my video is actually taking the full screen. And there's over here on the right side, it'll show who all is in your video call. So since this is an impromptu, a join now or start now meeting, I have to invite people still. If you had set this ahead of time, through the calendar, you would be able to click that link and you would just sit here and wait for other people to join your meeting because they all have that calendar link with the join function within. So for now, I'm going to go invite a few people to join my video call. So now I have sent out invites and I'm just going to wait for them to join. Hi, Delia.
Hey! Oh, hi! You got it to work?
Yeah, it all works.
Yay. Good deal. Is oh,
Yay.
and there's Meredith. Hi, Meredith.
Hi. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Oh, wait, how am I looking?
You're good.
How do you... Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you.
Okay, there's a little bit of a but.
Oh, how cute is that?
So some of the other functions you have in these video chat meetings, if you hover over where people's videos are, you can turn your camera on and off from here. You can mute or unmute yourself from here. You can also share your screen with the entire group. So while everyone's on video chat, you can share your screen and do like an impromptu training or even just a scheduled training. So if you click the three dots, more actions, there's some other few things you can do. You can blur your background, so this works really well if you're working from home and don't want everyone seeing your dirty house behind you. I can turn that back off. You can also start recording, so if you're doing an online meeting like a team meeting, or if you're doing a training, you can actually record that training so you have access to it afterwards. The other thing you can do is you can also have a chat box, so you can click this conversation box, and this is your meeting chat. This works really well if some of your team members don't have the best internet connection. For being able to video chat, they can turn their video off. They can use this meeting chat to kind of help talk with people, but without having to have audio and video, because not everyone has great internet. And then you can go back to show participants, and it'll show whoever's in the chat. And then when you're done with your chat, you just end call like a phone. That's it.